Hi everyone, welcome to the video on compensation management, unit wage and salary administration, topic theories of wages, under that behavioral theories. Theories of wages are basically classified into economic theories and behavioral theories. In this video, we will be discussing about behavioral theories of wages. Behavior means naturally reaction or movement to the environment and the employee. Motivation is the process of attempting to influence others to do the work through the possibility of gain or reward. Remuneration of every worker has a behavioral objective and seeks to fulfill the survival need to fulfill the goals. Compensation policy are targeted at rewarding manpower for their skill, talent, performance, effort, responsibility, and working conditions and increase their morale for efficient performance. Classification of behavioral theories. It is classified into content theories, process theories, and contemporary theories. Content theories. The content theories tend to be the earliest theories of motivation or later modifications of early theories. Content theories are also called needs theories because they are generally associated with a view that concentrates on the importance of determining what motivates us. In other words, they try to identify what our needs are and relate motivation to the fulfilling of these needs. First one under contemporary theories is that hierarchy of needs. It is one of the important theories of needs by Abraham Maslow. Maslow proposed that motivation is the result of a person's attempt at fulfilling 5 basic needs. Psychological needs or basic needs, which include food, shelter, or clothing, safety needs, emotional and physical safety, health insurance, pension, etc. Social needs, affection and belongingness to the society. Self-esteem needs, power, achievement, status, etc. And self-actualization means it is about personal growth and realization of potential. Employers can account for psychological needs for their employees by providing comfortable working conditions, reasonable work hours, and the necessary breaks to use the bathroom and eat and or drink. Employees can account for their safety needs by providing safe, secure compensation and job security. Social needs of the employees can be accounted by making sure each of their employees know one another, encouraging cooperative teamwork, being an accessible and kind supervisor, and promoting a good work-life balance. Esteem needs of the employees can be met by offering praise and their belief that they are valued employees. Self-actualization needs describes a person's need to reach to his or her full potential. The need to become what one is capable of is something that highly personal, and this can be met by the employer by providing challenging work, inviting employees to participate in decision making, and giving them flexibility and autonomy in their jobs. Next is Herzberg's two-factor theory. Two-factor theory of motivation by Frederick Herzberg. According to him, there are some job factors that result in satisfaction, while there are other job factors that prevent dissatisfaction. He classified these factors into motivator factors and hygiene factors. Job satisfaction is influenced by motivator factors such as achievement, recognition, responsibility, work itself, advancement, and personal growth within the work. And job dissatisfaction factors influenced by hygiene factors such as working conditions, co-worker relations, policies and rules, supervisor quality, base wage, salary, etc. According to him, improving the motivator factors increases job satisfaction, and improving the hygiene factors decreases job dissatisfaction. Next is ERG theory of motivation. ERG theory by Clayton Alderfer identified three groups of core needs. They are existence, relatedness, and growth. Existence needs are the basic material needs. It includes an individual's physiological and physical safety needs. Related needs includes aspiration of individuals have for maintaining significant interpersonal relations, getting public fame and recognition. And the growth needs include self-development and self-satisfaction or personal growth. According to Maslow's self-actualization needs and the intrinsic component of esteem needs fall under the category of this need. Second is process theories. Process theories were examined by the performance of Room on valence and expectancy theory and Porter and Lower performance satisfaction linkage. They look at the related proceedings that go into motivation or effort, particularly the way they relate to one another. The first one is Victor Room's expectancy theories. This theory assumes that the behavior results from conscious choice among alternative whose propose it to be maximize pleasure and minimum pain. So the theory is based upon the following beliefs such as valence or outcome or result refers to the emotional orientation of people holds with respect to the outcomes. The depth of want of an employee for extrinsic, for example, money, promotion, benefits, etc., or intrinsic satisfaction or rewards. Second aspect is expectancy, or otherwise called effort. Employees have different expectation and levels of confidence about what they are capable of doing. Management must discover what resources, training, or supervision employees need. And the most important aspect, instrumentality. The perception of employees as to whether they will actually get what they desire, even if it has been promised by the manager. Management must ensure that promises of rewards are fulfilled and that employees are aware of that. Room suggests that an employee's beliefs about expectancy, instrumentality, and balance interact psychologically to create motivational force such that the employee act in ways that brings pressure and avoid pain. Next is Porter-Lower theory. In this theory, rewards are linked with indirectly to satisfaction through perceived equitable reward. This variable refers to the amount of reward an individual feels he should receive as a result of his performance. This variable can also be expanded to include the amount of rewards an individual feels should be attached to the particular position within the organization. Next, coming to contemporary theories. The contemporary theories describes the modern concept of how people motivates at work. These include equity and attribution theories. Equity theory. Equity theory was first developed by James Stancy Adams in 1963. The higher an individual's perception on equity, the more motivated they will be. It says that individuals compare their job inputs and outcome with those of others and then respond to eliminate any inequalities. If someone perceives that unfair environment, they will be demotivated. The last one is attribution theory. This theory is contributed by Fritz Heiler, Levin, and Festinger. They assume that People are rational and logical in their behavior, and that both inner and outer forces get composed addictively to conclude behavior. People will behave differently if they realize that their results are controlled or supervised more internally than externally. This theory has great efficiency for understanding organizational behavior and contribute deep insights on goal achievements and employee behavior and diagnosing causal factors of employee performance. With this, we conclude the different theories of behavioral theories of wages, which spread in three different categories such as content theories, process theories, and contemporary theories.